Today I am going to discuss the solutions of Neet to 2020 paper. Chemistry, subject is chemistry. So the first one is, the code is H3. The first question 136. Match the following and identify the correct options. And here in the matching, the mixture of carbon monoxide gas and hydrogen gas is synthesis gas, also known as water gas. And the temporary hardness is because of the presence of magnesium bicarbonate and calcium bicarbonate. And diborane is the example of electron deficient compound. And where hydrogen peroxide is having open book structure, so that it is non-planar structure. And question number 137. A tertiary butyl carbocation is more stable than secondary butyl carbocation because of which of the following? Here two factors influencing the stability of both of these. One is hyperconjugation and another one is inductive effect. But among those two, the hyperconjugation is dominating factor over inductive effect. Hence we have to consider the hyperconjugation factor. And here in the case of tertiary butyl carbocation, you have 9 alpha hydrogens, so that you have 9 hyperconjugated structure apart from this one. And in this case, you have just 5 alpha hydrogens. So as the delocalization with reference to hyperconjugation is more in case of tertiary butyl carbocation, hence it is more stable over the secondary butyl carbocation. And question number 138. What is the change in oxidation number in the transformation of CH4 4Cl2 gives rise to CCl4 plus 4HCl? Here we have to consider the change in oxidation state of carbon. In methane, the oxidation state of carbon is -4, and where in the case of CCl4, the oxidation state of carbon is +4. So the change in oxidation state is from -4 to +4. Now question number 139. Sucrose on hydrolysis gives 1 mole of alpha D glucose and 1 mole of beta D fructose. Equimolar alpha D glucose and beta D fructose are obtained. And question number 140. The calculated spin-only magnetic moment of Cr2 plus ion. For Cr2 plus ion, the configuration is 3d4, and here we have 4 unpaired d electrons. And for magnetic moment, the spin-only formula is root of n into n plus 2 Bohr magneton. And by substituting the number of unpaired electrons in this formula, we get 4.9 Bohr magneton. Question number 141. Identify a molecule which does not exist. So among all these molecules, He2 helium-2 molecule does not exist. If we write the molecular orbital configuration of He2 molecule, that is sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, where the bond order is equal to half of number of bonding electrons minus anti-bonding electrons, that is equal to half of 2 minus 2, that is equal to 0. As bond order is 0, the He2 molecule does not exist. And question number 142. Which of the following oxo acid of sulfur has OO linkage, peroxy linkage? In the case of peroxo disulfuric acid with formula H2S2O8, we have the structure like this. And here the peroxy linkage is present between 2 sulfur atoms. Question number 143. Which of the following is the correct order of increasing field strength of ligands to form coordination compounds? So from the spectrochemical series, the correct order is SCN minus is less than F minus is less than C2O42 minus less than Cn minus. Question number 144. The number of Faradays required to produce 20 grams of calcium from molten calcium chloride. Atomic mass of calcium is 40 grams per mole. And when we pass 1 Faraday of current, you get 1 gram equivalent weight of the metal. And for calcium, the equivalent weight is equal to its gram atomic weight by valency factor, that is 2, so that 20 grams. And to get to 20 grams, it is enough to pass 1 Faraday of current. Question number 145. Reaction between acetone and methyl magnesium chloride followed by hydrolysis will give. Acetone on reaction with methyl magnesium chloride in presence of ether. First it forms an addition product. On further hydrolysis, which gives a tertiary alcohol, and here it is a tertiary butyl alcohol. And question number 146. Which of the following is a cationic detergent? And here the cationic detergent is cetyl trimethyl ammonium bromide whose formula is CH3CH2 15 times, CH3 thrice N plus Br minus. Question number 147. Identify the incorrect statement. The oxidation state of chromium in CrO4 2 minus, chromate and dichromate are not the same. Actually, in chromate and dichromate, the oxidation state of chromium is same, that is +6. So that is the wrong statement. And the second statement is Cr2 plus with the D4 configuration is a stronger reducing agent than Fe2 plus with the D6 configuration in water. Actually, when Cr2 plus is oxidized to form Cr plus 3, it gets the configuration 3D3, and that is the T2G3 configuration. Half-filled T2G3 configuration is stable configuration than that of the D5 configuration of Fe3 plus, which is formed after losing electrons from Fe2 plus, that is with T2G3 Eg2. Hence Cr2 plus is the good reducing agent over Fe2 plus. And the remaining 3 and 4, that is the transition metals and their compounds, are known for their catalytic activity due to their ability to adapt multiple oxidation states and to form complexes. It is the fact. And interstitial compounds are those that are formed when small atoms like hydrogen, carbon or nitrogen are trapped inside the crystal lattice of metals. This is also fact. Question number 148. Which of the following alkane cannot be made in good yield by Wood's reaction? Actually, Wood's reaction is preferable to prepare the alkanes with even number of carbon atoms or symmetrical alkanes. But it is not suitable to prepare the alkanes with odd number of carbons or unsymmetrical alkanes. And here in the given answers, N-heptane is the alkane with odd number of carbon atoms or unsymmetrical alkane. So that for the preparation of that alkane, the Wood's reaction is not suitable. Because for the preparation of N-heptane, we have to take two different alkyl halides by which you get a mixture of three alkanes. So it is difficult to separate them. Hence, Wood's reaction is not suitable for the preparation of unsymmetrical alkanes or alkanes with odd number of carbons. That is, here it is N-heptane. Question number 149. Urea reacts with water to form A, which will decompose to form B. B when passed through Cu2 plus aqua solution. D blue color solution of C is formed. What is the formula of C? From the following. Urea reacts with water to form ammonium carbonate, which can further decompose to give ammonia, that is B. When ammonia is passed through aqua solution of Cu2 plus ends, then a deep blue color complex of tetramine copper 2 ions are formed, the complex species. Now question number 150. The freezing point depression constant Kf of benzene is 5.12 Kelvin Kg per mole. The freezing point depression for the solution of molality 0.078 m containing a non-electrolyte solute in benzene is rounded up to 2 decimal places. So here the simple formula we can use here, that is depression of the freezing point delta Tf is equal to Kf into molality, where Kf is the molar depression constant given as 5.12. By multiplying with the given molality, you get the 0.399 and so on. On rounding off, you get 0.40 Kelvin. So the depression of the freezing point of the solution is 0.40 Kelvin or 0.40 centigrade. And question number 151. The number of protons, neutrons and electrons in 71 lutetium 175 respectively are. And here the atomic number is 71, and in neutral atom the atomic number is equal to protons number as well as electrons number. So the protons number is equal to 71, electrons number is equal to 71, where neutrons are obtained by mass number minus atomic number, that is 175 minus 71, that is equal to 104. And question number 152. So here identify the compound X in the following sequence of reaction, and the sequence of reaction given as toluene, chlorine sunlight, X, which on hydrolysis finally forms benzaldehyde. And here, when toluene is treated with chlorine in the presence of sunlight, benzoylic substitution of chlorine takes place to form benzyl chloride, which on further hydrolysis produces this product, but two OH groups on one carbon cannot be accommodated, so that water is eliminated to give benzaldehyde. Question number 153. Identify the correct statement from the following. Pig iron can be molded into a variety of shapes. Wrought iron is impure iron with 4% carbon. Wrought iron is the purest form of iron and which has 0.2 to 0.5% of carbon. Blister copper has blistered appearance due to the evolution of CO2. No, that is by the evolution of SO2 is correct. Vapor phase refining is carried out for nickel by Van Arkel method. For nickel, it is Mond's process. So the statements 2, 3 and 4 are wrong, and from pig iron we can use it to mold into variety of shapes. So the correct answer is 1. And now the question number 154. Which of the following set of molecules will have zero dipole moment? And if we consider the set of molecules BF3 and BF2 and 1, 4 dichlorobenzene, as BF3 has a trigonal planar shape, so the bond moment of one BF bond is cancelled by the resultant bond moments of the remaining two bonds, so that the net dipole moment mu is equal to 0. And in case of BF2, it is linear in shape, so the bond moment of one BF bond is cancelled by another one. And in case of 1, 4 dichlorobenzene, the bond moment of one bond is cancelled by another bond, as they are present linearly in the same plane. And question number 155. Vapor chromatography is an example of. Vapor chromatography is best example for partition chromatography. Partition chromatography. So the correct answer is 3. Identify the incorrect match. Question number 156. Identify the incorrect match. Anil Aniyam, that is An stands for 1, Nil stands for 0 and An stands for 1, 101. The element with atomic number 101 is Mendelevium, that is correct matching. Aniltrium, that is 103, Lawrencium, that is also correct matching. Anilhexium, 106, that is Seaborgium, correct matching. Anon Anium, that is 111, that is originally Rontgenium, but in the given option it is Dermestaditium, that is wrong option. And question number 157. Find out the solubility of NiOH twice in 0.1 m NaOH, given that the ionic product of NiOH twice is 2 into 10 power minus 15. As nickel hydroxide is dissociated as nickel 2 plus 2OH minus, and the solubility is supposed to be S, then for Ni2 plus the solubility is taken as S, and for OH minus it is 2S, as for 1 nickel 2 plus and 2 OH minus ends are produced. But in presence of NaOH, 0.1 m NaOH, in presence of 0.1 m NaOH, we have to consider the concentration of OH minus is 2S plus 0.1. But as 2S is much less than 0.1 m, in comparison with 0.1 m, 2S is much less than, so that we can neglect the 2S in the calculation of QSP. And here QSP is equal to Ni2 plus concentration into OH minus concentration square. And by substituting the values, 2 into 10 power minus 15 is equal to solubility into, as we taken 0.1 as the concentration of OH minus, 0.1 whole square, so that the on calculation you get the solubility is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 13 m. Question number 158. Which of the following is a natural polymer? So here the natural polymer is cis 1, 4 polyisoprene. It is nothing but natural rubber. So it is considered to be natural polymer. And question number 159. Reaction between benzaldehyde and acetophenone in presence of dilute NaOH is. And here the carbonyl oxygen and the alpha hydrogens of acetophenone are condensed to give the aldol condensation product, but here between different compounds as aldol condensation takes place, it is considered to be cross aldol condensation. And question number 160. The mixture which shows positive deviation from Raoult's law. And here in the given examples, chloroethane and bromoethane, no deviation, that obeys Raoult's law. And ethanol and acetone, and the mixture of ethanol and acetone shows positive deviation. And benzene and toluene, no deviation. And acetone and chloroform shows negative deviation. So the correct answer is mixture of ethanol and acetone. Question number 161. The rate constant for a first order reaction is 4.606 into 10 power minus 3 second inverse. The time required to reduce 2 grams of the reactants to 0.2 grams. So here we can use the formula. K is equal to rate constant of first order reaction is equal to 2.303 by T logarithm of A by A minus X. A is the initial concentration, A minus X is the concentration left after time T. Here we have to find out the time, and K given as 4.606 into 10 power minus 3 is equal to 2.303 by T. Logarithm of initial concentration is 2 and the left concentration is 0.2. And on solving you get time required for this conversion of 2 to 0.2 is 500 seconds. And question number 162. HCl was passed through a solution of calcium chloride, magnesium chloride and NaCl. Which of the following compounds crystallizes? So here only NaCl crystallizes. It is the application of common ion effect, and where magnesium chloride and calcium chloride are more soluble than NaCl, so that they are not getting precipitated. Question number 163. The correct option for the free expansion of an ideal gas under adiabatic conditions is, under adiabatic conditions Q is equal to 0, and for free expansion W is equal to 0. If the heat change doesn't take place, and as well as there is no work, automatically no change in the temperature, and hence delta T is also equal to 0. So that here W is equal to 0 and Q is equal to 0, as well as delta T is also equal to 0. Question number 164. Identify the correct statement from the following. CO2 gas is used as refrigerant for ice cream and frozen food. That is the wrong statement, because solid CO2, dry AC, is used as refrigerant for ice cream and frozen foods. So the first statement is wrong. Second one is, the structure of C60 fullerene contains 12 6-carbon rings and 25 carbon rings. But actually in C60 there are 12 5-membered rings and 26 membered rings. So the first two statements are wrong. And the third statement, ZSM5, a type of zeolite, is used to convert alcohol into gasoline. That is correct statement. And CO is a colorless and odorless gas. That is also correct statement. So the correct statements are C and D. The next question, 165. Hydrolysis of sucrose is given by the following reaction. Sucrose plus H2O is equal to glucose plus fructose with Kc value, equilibrium constant 2 into 10 power 13 at 300 K. The value of delta G0 reaction at the same temperature will be. Delta G0 reaction is given as minus RT Ln equilibrium constant by substituting the value R in joules per mole Kelvin, 8.314, minus is already there, minus 8.314 into temperature of 300 Kelvin into Ln, as the equilibrium constant is 2 into 10 power 13. That is the expression. And question number 166. Which of the following amine will give the carbylamine test? Carbylamine test is given by aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. Aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. As here aniline is the aromatic primary amine, it can give the carbylamine test. So the answer is aniline. And question number 167. An alkene on ozonolysis gives methanol as one of the product. Its structure is. And here the ozonolysis is reductive ozonolysis. And in this compound, on treatment with ozone, first it forms an addition product, ozonide, which on further hydrolysis, this ozonide is cleaved to form the formaldehyde as one of the products, and one more product is 2-phenylethanol. 2-phenylethanol is also formed. Simply, wherever the double bond is present, simply by cleaving the double bond, it is enough to place double bonded oxygen here and here. Then you get formaldehyde. So the answer is this compound. And question number 168. Anisole on cleavage with HI gives. Anisole on cleavage with HI gives phenol and CH3I. If we see the mechanism, first on ethereal oxygen, protonation takes place to form the protonated anisole. And here between this carbon and oxygen, the sp2 sigma bond is there, and between this carbon and oxygen, the sp3 sigma bond is there. But as sp3 sigma bond is weak, the nucleophile I- approaches to this one, and the methyl group is converted into methyl iodide, and where this part is converted into phenol. And on phenol, on further reaction, even with excess of HI, no more further substitution of iodine takes place by replacing OH. So the final products are phenol and methyl iodide. Question number 169. Elimination reaction of 2-bromopentane to form pent-2-ene is. So it is example of definitely beta elimination, because the bromine at alpha carbon and preferably the hydrogen at beta position is eliminated to form pent-2-ene as the major product. That is nothing but ZF product. ZF product is nothing but the alkene with more substituted. So here it is the more substituted alkene, it is formed as major product, that is ZF product. As here the hydrogen is eliminated from beta carbon preferably, it is said to be beta elimination. And here hydrogen and bromine both are, halogen and hydrogen are eliminated, the process is said to be dehydrohalogenation. Question number 170. An increase in the concentration of the reactants of a reaction leads to the change in. Actually, according to law of mass action, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the product of concentrations of the reactants at that instant. And here N is the order of reaction. And as concentration increases, the reactant molecules increases, by which the number of collisions between them increases. Nothing but the collision frequency increases. So the answer is collision frequency. Question number 171. Which of the following is a basic amino acid? And here in the given examples, basic amino acid is lysine. Lysine. For lysine, you have two primary amine groups, so that as number of amine groups are more than that of carboxylic acid group, it is considered to be basic amino acid. And question number 172. The following metal ion activates many enzymes, participates in the oxidation of glucose to produce ATP, and with Na it is responsible for the transmission of nerve signals. Actually it is potassium, and potassium participates in the oxidation of glucose to ATP, and with sodium it is responsible for the transmission of nerve signals. So the answer is the metal potassium. And question number 173. For the reaction 2Cl gas gives rise to Cl2 gas. In this transformation, the atoms are bonded together to form molecule, and in the bond formation energy is liberated, so the delta H reaction is negative, that is less than 0, and where two species are changed to one species, so the disorderness decreases and hence entropy decreases, entropy change becomes negative, it is less than 0, that is negative. Question number 174. Match the following. In one column oxides and another column nature is given. Carbon monoxide is neutral in nature, barium oxide is basic oxide, Al2O3 is amphoteric oxides, and Cl2O7 is acidic oxide. It is a highly acidic oxide. And question number 175. Measuring zeta potential is useful in determining which property of colloidal solution. Zeta potential is the property related to charge of the colloidal particles, as the charge mainly influences stability. Hence the zeta potential also influences the stability of the colloidal particles, and we can use this property to determine the stability of the colloidal particles. And question number 176. A mixture of N2 and argon gases in a cylinder contains 7 grams of nitrogen and 8 grams of argon. If the total pressure of the mixture of gases in the cylinder is 27 bar, the partial pressure of N2 is given atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 and for argon it is 40. And number of moles of nitrogen is equal to 7 by 28, that is equal to 1 by 4, 0.25 moles. And number of moles of argon is equal to 8 by 14, that is equal to 1 by 5, 0.2. And total number of moles are 0.25 plus 0.2, 0.45. And partial pressure of nitrogen is equal to mole fraction of nitrogen into total pressure. And here the mole fraction of nitrogen is equal to number of moles of nitrogen by total number of moles of the mixture, so that 0.25 by 0.45 into total pressure is 27 bar. On solving, you get 15 bar of partial pressure for nitrogen. And question number 177. Which of the following is not correct about carbon monoxide? It is produced due to the incomplete combustion. Yes, it is produced due to the incomplete combustion of fossil fuels and hydrocarbons. And the second statement is it forms carboxyhemoglobin. When it combines with hemoglobin of the blood, it forms carboxyhemoglobin. It reduces oxygen carrying ability of blood. Yes, when the hemoglobin combines with carbon monoxide to form carboxyhemoglobin, automatically blood loses its oxygen carrying capacity. The fourth one is the carboxyhemoglobin is less stable than oxyhemoglobin. It is the wrong statement because the carboxyhemoglobin is 300 times more stable than oxyhemoglobin. And question number 178. An element has a body-centered cubic structure with a cell edge of 288 picometers. The atomic radius is. In BCC structure, along the body diagonal, the spheres are attached and the body diagonal is equal to 4r, that is equal to root 3a, and where a is equal to edge length, and here 4r is equal to root 3 into 288 picometers. Otherwise, radius of the atom is equal to root 3 into 288 by 4 picometers. In question number 179, which one of the following has maximum number of atoms? 1 gram of lithium, 1 gram of silver, 1 gram of magnesium and 1 gram of oxygen are given. All are with same mass, and we can calculate number of atoms as weight by gram atomic weight into Avogadro's number. And for lithium it is 1 by 7 into N0. So for silver it is 1 by 108 into N0. For silver atomic weight is 108. For magnesium it is 1 by 24 into N0. For magnesium the atomic mass is 24. For oxygen the atomic mass is 16, so that 1 by 16 into N0. As all are having same mass, lesser the denominator value, automatically greater will be the number of atoms. So the answer is lithium. Question number 180. On electrolysis of dilute sulfuric acid using platinum electrodes, the product obtained by anode will be. So by the electrolysis of dilute H2SO4 by using platinum electrodes at anode and cathode, only water is involved in the electrode reactions. At anode water is oxidized, and even at cathode water is reduced, and at anode water is oxidized to produce the oxygen gas. So the answer is oxygen gas. Thank you very much. This is Harnath Babu, HNB, Vijayawada.